Hope. Wanted to talk today a little bit about hope. Today's day 17 of the 2017 Salvation Army Fight for Good Tour. This morning I was up in Cincinnati, Ohio, state number 10. I find myself with these videos trying to share the totality of my experience. You know, everything that I'm seeing, everything that I'm doing, because I'm doing a lot. These guys are giving me plenty to do every time I walk into the Army. But today I can't help but cling to one little moment that really stuck with me. I had a chance to work with a bunch of awesome kids today. And as I've told everyone all along this trip, the days where you get a chance to work with the kids are always my favorite. Nothing against any of the other stops, but working with the kids is always a highlight for me. And I sat down at a table in this little classroom, and we were making placemats for a senior center up the road. You know, talking about how some of these seniors tomorrow on Thanksgiving won't have any visitors, and how special these placemats made by the kids would be for them to receive. And that's awesome. That was really great. You know, it was a whole lot of fun to get a chance to meet the kids and chat with them. And, you know, they often ask questions. The kids often ask questions, you know, and they all knew I was coming today. A lot of them were really excited. Some of them were a little nervous, you know, sometimes, you know, they thought that there might be a big camera crew coming in and everything. They don't realize it's just a guy with a phone in his hand, you know, and some glasses, which they loved. They take video, right? Kids will often ask, you know, where did you come from? Where are you going? And the moment that stuck with me today, the moment that stuck with me above everything else, was this little girl who asked me, I can't even say it with a straight face. She asked me, did you go where the floods are? And I said, yeah, I did go where the floods are. And you don't, sometimes in 2017, this world seems so messed up, you know. And I'm sorry I'm crying, but I'm filming this in Louisville, where I'll be here tomorrow. And the morning of this trip began, I found out that my friend Jason was shot and killed here in Louisville. And I couldn't come back for his funeral because I was up in Minnesota. And the story gets worse because it was kids that had been accused of shooting him. And so this is really difficult for me to be back here in Louisville today. He's younger than me. He just got married a couple weeks before out in Disneyland for his honeymoon. And this whole year, man, just something about this world these days makes you not, makes you feel like you don't have hope sometimes. And something just caught me to know that these kids in such a tough neighborhood up in Cincinnati, you know, you could ask anything. You could ask me anything you want and just say, did you go where the floods were? You know, like, we're trying, man. we're trying the best we can. And it was so special to see. Go ahead, man. It was so special to know that these kids were looking out for others in places that, you know, there's no flooding in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was joined this morning for a time by Harry Black, the city manager of Cincinnati, and I asked him about the importance of giving during the Christmas season.
Again, we're human beings, and what separates us from all other species on this planet is our humanitarian characteristics. Giving back is a natural part of being a human being. So if we're not giving back, then we are not living up to the creed of what we are. If we are more fortunate than others, giving, which doesn't require a lot, can make a big difference in a person's life, in a family's life, in a child's life, particularly during the holidays. Having a good meal to eat for a family, having toys and other things for kids during the holiday season can make a big difference. It's about doing what we can to provide hope. Hope is a powerful thing. If people are hopeful, then a lot of things are possible. So giving back provides hope, which is why we must always give back when we can.
You think, there's shootings, there's stabbings, there's bad things going on all the time, everywhere, and you just get so caught up in it, and sometimes you lose hope. And today in Cincinnati, meeting these kids and seeing how these kids who have seen so much and who have been through so much themselves are looking out for others made an enormous difference on me. And maybe this video will have an enormous difference on you too. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. You can check out the rest of the Fight for Good tour. I've got 15 more states to go. Thanks for tuning in. Jason, I miss you, man.